This is the plaintiff, Anthony Real. He says he hired the defendant, a so-called landscaper, to remove a patch of grass on his front yard and replace it with high-grade sod. Not 1 week later, the sod turned bright yellow. He came by a week later to look at it, said he'd replace it and never showed. He was the laughingstock of his neighborhood, suffered great embarrassment, and is suing the defendant for the $1,248.96 he paid him. This is the defendant, Monty McCoy. He says the plaintiff simply trying to blame him because he forgot to water his own lawn for a week. Hello, grass needs water to grow. Anyone knows that. The plaintiff's wife is downright nuts. He had his videotape recorder running when she went crazy and ended up calling the cops on the lunatic. Oh, them? We'll see. He's accused of being yellow.
All parties, please raise your right hand. Be seated. Come to order, please.
Okay.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. All right. Anthony Real, you are suing Monty McCoy. Real versus McCoy for $1,248.96 that you want returned to you. Okay. Tell me what happened.
Yes. How you doing, Your Honor?
Good. How are you?
Okay. On May the 16th, I hired Mr. McCoy to come and lay some new sod down on my yard.
Okay.
Because my grass had weeds in it and it was looking a little bad. So I figured I'd get a whole new grass done, have it dug up and have Mr. McCoy lay some new sod. And the way I was referred to Mr. McCoy, one of my neighbors down the street had him do the same thing. And I liked the way it looked. So he gave me Mr. McCoy's phone number and I called him. I gave him a down payment. 2 days later, he came and dug up my old grass, and then the next day he laid the new sod.
And then you finished paying him because it looked good then.
Yes, it looked good.
All right. And what did he tell you about how to care for it?
He told me that he was going to come back a week later and lay some fertilizer down, and he was going to cut the grass.
Okay. But what did he tell you about watering it or anything?
Yes, I know that. Everybody knows you have to water grass.
Okay.
Old grass and new grass. So that's what I did. I watered it every day. The rain helped. It rained a couple days within that week.
Okay.
Okay. He came back. Mr. McCoy came back. He said he laid some fertilizer down. He cut the grass. A few days later, my grass started browning. I called him back and said, Mr. McCoy, you got to come back over here. My grass is browning. He comes over and he sees what's going on. And he started coming up with a whole lot of different excuses. My kids played in the grass, ran on the grass. Did you water it? Yes, I did water it, I told him. Then he said he's going to take a sample of my grass. He think I got a leak underground that's messing my grass up. He's going to take some of my grass and get a sample test done. I said, okay. He comes back about a couple weeks later, it gets worse. This is where my pictures start, when it got worse.
And so by now it's what, June, July?
It's in June now.
Okay, so go on.
I'm calling. He's not answering my phone call. He started ignoring me. He started ignoring my phone calls.
Right.
So I had to trick him. I borrowed my daughter's phone, and I called him with another number. He answered that one.
Right.
Yes. And I said, Mr. McCoy, what are you doing? I paid you good money to fix my grass. And look at my grass. It's dying. What are you going to do? Mr. Real, I'll be over there. 2-3 more days pass by. He finally comes by, and he digs up that section of my grass and said he's going to go out and buy some new sod and replace it with that section he dug up. A week passed by, another week passed by. We're getting into July now. I'm calling. He's ignoring my calls. He's not returning my calls. So now I decide I'm going to have to take him to court.
Okay.
So I goes back.
I have a question. Is this your house too? Like that's part of your house, or is that the neighbor's house?
Let me see.
See what I mean there?
All your house, or is this someone else's here?
No, this is the neighbor. I didn't get to this part. This neighbor down the street, grass died that he did.
Wait, next door to you?
No, about 4 houses down.
Wait a minute. Did you hand me everything you handed me were pictures of your house?
No.
Oh, for the love of God. When were you going to tell me that?
Back?
I got it on the back of it.
Who knew?
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's the neighbor that's the neighbor whose grass you had seen and said, ooh, that looks good. I want me some of that.
Before his died.
Okay.
Before his died.
Okay. Is the neighbor suing him too?
No. The neighbor, after the neighbors died, he figured he better fix it. He fixed it. I got a picture in there.
Wait, he fixed the neighbors, but not yours?
Not mine. I think they friends. I'm not sure. I don't know why, but I have a picture.
Pause. What's going on?
Good morning, Yana. This is what's actually happening. Mr. Real contacted me. I work in the area. I got 72 houses that I basically maintain in their area alone. He approached me, telling me something about he had a contract to do some popcorn ceiling in his house. Okay. He said the contractor came outside, shook the tarp out in his yard. He said the yard was contaminated from the popcorn ceiling chemicals. Okay. I told him what I can do. I tore it up, treated the soil, fertilized the soil.
How do you treat the soil?
With lime and liquid fertilizer.
And that should take care of the chemicals from the popcorn ceiling?
Well, that's what we were trying to, use lime. Lime usually kills or neutralizes any chemical contaminants, usually.
Okay.
Okay, I did exactly what Mr. Real asked me. Now, first, 7 to 10 days, you must not water, saturate sod.
Not just water, but saturate.
You must saturate it.
Okay, did you tell him that?
I explained that to him and every other customer.
Okay, and he says that's what he did.
If you look clearly at the stuff, it's drying out. It's not exactly dying. It's drying out. If you look very closely, it's
how do you dry out when you're grass? If you were grass, how would you dry out? I can't.
It dries out. If you don't water it properly, it will dry out. New sod.
Are there other things besides not watering it properly that could cause this sod to turn this way? For example, when he says that you said to him, maybe the chemicals from the popcorn ceiling, I'm going to get your sod tested. Did you ever test the sod?
I never told him that. I don't know where he got that from. I didn't test it.
Did you ever say to him that you would take it somewhere to be tested?
No.
All right.
Not at all.
Did the neighbor's yard also go bad?
His yard, what actually happened is, it separated after it settled and the grass died. He called me back. He said, listen, can you just come redo the hill? I said, no problem. I'll redo the whole yard as long as you pay for the side. He paid me for the side. I went back down, redid the whole yard on my expense. I didn't charge him any further labor. I didn't charge him anything else but the sod. Now I have pictures. His yard has been growing for weeks now. No issues. Now the soil on the side has mended together and he's having no issues. Like I said, right?
He says you were avoiding him.
I can't.
Well, you can.
I can't.
I don't recommend it, but
I work all the houses that's directly across from him. I work all those properties.
Oh, you mean you can't successfully?
I wouldn't avoid him. I have no choice.
I can't successfully avoid. Well, when he was calling, were you avoiding him?
To the right of him. I cut the grass to the right of him. When we had this conversation,
stop. I'm trying to ask a question.
The defendant to landscape some of his grass and it turned bright yellow. The defendant says the plaintiff caused the problem by not watering it enough. Let's listen.
When he was calling from his number, were you avoiding him?
After a while, yes.
After a while, yes.
After a while, yes, right. Because he became belligerent.
Yana.
And I just avoided his phone call because I don't like the confrontation.
How was it belligerent?
I have video and audio of his wife.
Of the wife. She's been so quiet this whole time.
Oh, yes. Very quiet right now.
But
she was not that way. She was not that way on one occasion.
What happened?
She was acting, as most would say, a plumb fool.
Let's hear and see what you got.
Okay. It's rather graphic, but this is the videos of her flipping out on me.
Let me see the video. Hand it to my bailiff and tell him how to use it.
Oh, disappeared. Do I just hit it?
Yeah, just hit it, then hit the screen.
Yep.
Hit the start.
The second, third, and fourth?
Yep, second, third, fourth. Just hit it again. Yep.
Hit the screen. We're on the property next door to where she lives, trying to work.
Hi. These are not your best moments. Do you know you obviously know he's taping you. You're taking pictures of him and he's taping you. Yeah. Are you watching this while this stuff's going on?
I'm not home.
Yeah.
I'm at work. I never threaten you.
And I'm telling my
So have you seen this?
No.
No.
Oh, stop. Now, come here. Come here. Right back at you. Wait, don't go. She missed that part. She slapped her behind.
Oh, I
okay,
did.
yeah, that was a good part. Okay, hold on 1 second. Let's see some more. She's mad, huh?
Yeah,
she get mad at you like that?
No, but I warned him.
Okay, hold on. You warned him what? That your wife has a bad temper?
I said,
Mess with me, but don't mess with my wife?
He told me.
Wait, stop talking. Go ahead.
I said, Mr. McCoy, I'm a man of my word. Why don't you be a man of your word?
Okay.
And fix the problem that you did, because you don't want my wife. I made sure I told him. You
Do not want my wife.
to get involved with this.
Okay, so this is...
You know I warned you.
Okay, all right.
She's wetting him. He's trying to cut somebody else's edges. And she's wetting him. He has nothing to do but wet.
She decides to water the hedges
That ain't
right
even
when
her
he's
hedges.
cutting the hedges.
They're not her hedges.
And they're not her hedges.
Them are not her hedges.
You're hosing him down? Come on up. Go ahead. Go back, honey. Go back. Go back. Why were you hosing down his employee?
Because he was on my property. It was a slap in the face. And like he said, he got all them properties. He cutting grass. And I see him every day and he not fixing my problem. So no, you're not coming on my problem. You grow an arm and reach over here. You're not coming on this side. So when they did, yeah, I wet him. And he called the cops. And when the cops came, I explained to the police officer that I wet him because he was on my property. They told me I couldn't do that. As long as they didn't get on my property.
How long have you two been married?
37 years.
God bless you.
I was wrong for that, Your Honor, but I was angry, and like I said, he said also, he got 50% of the people work around here.
Does he argue back?
No, he never said anything to me.
No, I mean just in life. Does he argue back?
Oh,
with
my
you?
husband, yes. Yes, sometimes.
But very little, right?
I'm not like that all the time.
That's all right. I married a man who's not confrontational.
And that's why
I figure I'm confrontational enough with both of us. It works
he's
very
not.
well.
And Monty just took his money, his hard-earned money, and thought he'd just come on the block, smile and laugh in our face. He had words to say to me also. I didn't take you. But
well, you took photographs.
I took pictures because only reason why I took the pictures is because when our certified letter came back, we couldn't serve him. I was wanting to get his license off his truck.
Nah, but you were taking pictures at him.
Because he was
videotaping
me, so I said right back at you.
I want you to listen to me. This is a bad idea all the way around. Put the paper down. This is a bad idea all the way around, okay? Because you don't know what people who you don't know are capable of. And I know that you're angry as can be, but I don't know that that's productive, to be honest with you, hosing down his employee or walking right onto your neighbor's property. Yeah, right back at you. He's videoing you and you're taking pictures of him. I mean, that's, it's like road rage or something. It doesn't end up well, ever. You may make you feel better for the moment, but it doesn't end up well ever. So it's just a bad idea, just for the future.
And welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. What causes sod to turn yellow?
Maybe no water.
Well, I thought that turns it brown. What do you think?
Possibly poison or pet urine.
Okay, that's a good theory. And you're going to give the final theory.
The final answer is urine or poison.
The final answer, folks, urine. Going inside the courtroom.
Did you ever offer to him, you pay for the sod, I'll do the labor, like you did to the other neighbor who he says was your friend?
Yes.
Did he, just out of curiosity, did he ever offer that to you?
No. His thing was he'd dig up a patch, which what he did, and go buy me some new sod and lay that there.
Why did you dig up a patch?
Yana, he said it clear to me. This is his letter he's supposed to have wrote me.
Okay. Let me see it.
That's what he wrote me.
Okay.
He said, I dug up the front yard. He approached me and said, I want you to fix this. I said, Mr. Real, I can fix this. All you have to do is pay for the sod.
No.
He said, no, I put out enough money and you're going to fix this yourself. He had a blue cap on, a blue Kango cap on, a blue shirt, blue pair of shorts, and a white pair of
stop.
I can tell you exactly.
You said that his note was going to show me how he was supposed to pay for the sod and you were going to do the labor. It doesn't do that.
His note explains to how he approached me. He called me numerous times.
I don't know what that means. Of course he approached you. He's a guy who's angry. You're not making any sense. Stop. On June 29th, he writes you a letter. This is the only thing this letter says. This letter's to inform you that since our last talk, I have not heard from you. Constant phone calls, no reply. I paid you good money for the grass, and it didn't last a week. At this point, I believe you are incapable of correcting the problem. We are forced to take you to court for a full refund. You have 30 days to reply. If not, I have no choice but to speak with my lawyer. What about that shows that he was going to pay for the sod and you were going to do the labor?
Because if you look at the complaint, Your Honor, he said I came up there to take the sod. I took the grass up.
Did you take out the dead grass?
So why would I take the dead grass up if I wasn't going to replace it?
Because maybe you're just going to replace it at your cost, not his cost.
No. Why would I replace it at my cost? I put the sod down. Once I lay the sod, I'm done with the job. There's nothing obligating me to come back water, cut grass, unless he called me to cut.
Well, no, of course it's his job to water, but he's not suggesting that it wasn't his job to water. He's suggesting he watered it exactly fine and saying this isn't his first rodeo. He knows how to water grass, grass that comes in.
If you look further at the other grasses I've done in the past, none of it's died.
Well, maybe it's the popcorn. Maybe you didn't put enough lime.
It's the exact same.
Popcorn?
It's the exact same.
You have
grass.
other yards where people dumped tarps of popcorn ceiling on the grass.
No.
That's because that's
this
rare.
This is the other grasses that I've done in past time that
maybe you didn't put enough lime down. Is that possible?
There's a possibility.
I don't know. Well, that might be a reason why you might say that you would go ahead and replace it. But there was a time when it wasn't all that bad. It was just a little chunk.
Exactly.
Right, but that would be a perfect time to attack the problem head on rather than let it fester.
Right.
Right.
And
well, why didn't you?
I offered if he paid for the sod.
Did you have any evidence that you have tapes, you have video, do you have any evidence that he made that deal with you?
Written evidence?
Well, written, a text, an email.
It was a verbal agreement.
Okay, so the answer is no.
We had a verbal agreement.
But you have employees with you the whole time, right? I mean,
yes,
do you have an employee with you when you were making that deal with him?
Yes.
And did you bring any of those employees here today?
He had a death in the family. He couldn't make it this morning.
Do you have an affidavit from that person to buttress what you're saying, that there was this agreement?
His father died late last night. He went straight to...
Yeah, but you'd have an affidavit before late last night.
Well, he was going to be here today. His father died, so I called an Amtrak up this morning.
How do I know he didn't show up because he didn't want to lie to me?
Yeah, not to sound smart, but truth of the matter is nobody knows if he's telling the truth about watering his yard.
Yeah. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to order you to pay him the amount that it cost him to resod the yard. I'm going to tell you why it is that I'm going to do that. I'm going to order you to pay him $884, them. And the reason that I'm going to do that is as follows. I have some discomfort because I don't know whether or not there was this agreement between the two of you or not. But that new agreement would be something that you would have the burden of proving. You tell me that you had a witness, but that you had a death and that's why he wasn't on the train. It could be that, or it could be something else. Like the person didn't want to perjure themselves in court. I have no idea why that person didn't board that train because you've brought me zero to let me know why that person didn't board that train. But in any event, what do I have? I have the guy's sod being, going bad. I have the grass dying. I have a chemical problem that's there that both sides are aware of and talk about beforehand. I have you telling me that the lime should solve it. And I have the lime not solving it. And I am going to order you to pay the $884, which was the replacement cost of the sod. $884. That's my judgment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the plaintiff has recovered $800 plus, and here's the defendant. Should you have just bit the bullet, replaced the sod, and be done with the whole thing?
I don't agree with that. I'm a liar. He's the truth. I'm the truth. He's a liar. You never know the difference. That's what it was judged on.
All right.
That's what it is.
All right. Okay. Just head right down there. So he has to go back to his neighborhood there. You step in. Are you satisfied how this comes out?
Yes, I am.
She's got a temper, huh?
Yes, you do.
What happens when she directs that your way?
I know how to be quiet.
Get out of the way.
That's right.
Harvey?
Okay, well, look, when you go into court, evidence is everything. And if you have a key witness who can't show up because of some kind of hardship, at least you've got to get some kind of a statement showing that you're not hiding that person, that the person really can't come in. It still may hurt your case, but at least it looks like you're not up to no good. Now we'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.